Hey, welcome to the Data Pro News podcast. I'm your host, Paul, and each week we take a look at something that we've put in our newsletter, break it down, and make a podcast out of it. Today, we're diving into the future of data engineering with a deep look at the highly anticipated launch of ChatGPT-5. Slated for sometime in August 2025, this new version is rumored to bring agentic abilities and a massive 1 million token context window. So what does this all mean for the data professionals among us? Well, for years, tools like GitHub Copilot have dominated coding, but ChatGPT has been the go-to for solving complex problems and architectural planning. Now, ChatGPT-5 is expected to take things a giant leap forward, potentially automating entire end-to-end data pipeline work. We'll explore how this could redefine the role of the data engineer, shifting the focus from writing code to higher-level tasks like system architecture and strategic oversight. But it's not all smooth sailing. We'll also discuss the challenges for regulated industries and potential for talent pipeline problems as junior roles evolve. So join us as we unpack this new era of AI and its impact on the world of data.
Okay, get ready. There's something pretty big coming for the tech world, something everyone's talking about. August 2025, ChatGPT-5 is launching, and, well, the predictions are saying it's going to cause the biggest shakeup in data since the whole big data thing started.
That's definitely the buzz.
And for you, the listener, this isn't just, news.
Yeah.
It means you're potentially right there on the cutting edge of what happens next.
Exactly. And that deep dive idea is really important here. You can't just skim the headlines on this one. It's complex. So yeah, this deep dive is all about really unpacking what ChatGPT-5 means, specifically for data engineering folks. We're going to focus on two, well, frankly, game-changing features, these agentic abilities and this crazy 1 million token context window.
Right.
Our mission today is basically to help you get your head around the risks, sure, but also the opportunities and maybe the new pressures this whole new era is bringing.
So we're here to give you a shortcut, basically.
Yeah.
Get you well informed about this disruption everyone's waiting for. We'll try to share some surprising bits, essential insights, without just drowning you in information.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's dive in. But maybe before we look ahead, let's just quickly ground ourselves. Where are we right now with AI in data engineering?
Yeah, good idea. Well, look, if you're a data engineer today, chances are you're pretty familiar with GitHub Copilot.
Oh, yeah. I feel like
It's sort of become the go-to tool for the hands-on stuff, right? Writing code, debugging it, optimizing things. It's really good at that specific code level work.
Okay, so Copilot for the nitty-gritty coding. Where does, the current ChatGPT fit in then?
Well, that's what's interesting. There's a pretty clear difference today. Copilot nails the code. ChatGPT, though, it's much more about versatility.
Versatility how?
People use it more for, say, system design, brainstorming, or troubleshooting really complex issues, maybe even architectural planning.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, especially senior engineers. They often use it like a sparring partner, for hashing out tough problems, exploring data modeling ideas, generating first draft project plans. Its broad knowledge makes it useful for those higher level challenges.
Right, a sparring partner. I like that. So a clear distinction today. But it sounds like you're saying that line's about to get really blurry.
That's the point. This workflow we've gotten used to, it's about to change. Radically. This established way of working is facing what some are calling the automation avalanche.
Okay, the automation avalanche. That sounds dramatic. What's driving it?
This is exactly where ChatGPT-5's agentic abilities come in. We looked at insights from Dr. Sarah Chen. She used to run data engineering at Netflix, now a big AI consultant.
Okay.
And she's really clear this isn't just a small step up. She believes GPT-5's agent skills mean AI could actually handle end-to-end data pipeline work.
End-to-end? You mean from requirements all the way to deployment?
In monitoring, yeah. From gathering what's needed, building it, testing it, deploying it, and then watching it.
Wow. Okay, that is a leap. What's the tech behind that? How can it suddenly do all that?
It seems to be down to a much more advanced reasoning model. They're calling it the O3 reasoning model. It's not just about text anymore. It means GPT-5 can apparently reason across different types of information.
Like what?
Like browsing the web for information, actually running code, talking directly to databases, managing huge data sets, tasks that were strictly human territory before.
So it can do things, not just talk about them.
Exactly. The implication is pretty stark. It could effectively do the work of a junior, maybe even a mid-level data engineer.
That's quite a claim. Do we have actual examples? Does anyone test this?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a compelling case from Marcus Rodriguez, a senior engineer at a big streaming company. He tested GPT-5 on building an ETL pipeline, for user behavior data.
Yeah, a real-world task.
Totally.
Yeah.
And the AI didn't just spit out some code. It apparently built the whole thing, tested it, optimized it, even included proper error handling and monitoring systems.
And the result?
Get this. What his team estimated would take about 3 weeks. GPT-5 did in 6 hours.
6 hours.
6 hours. That kind of efficiency gain. It's not just faster projects. It fundamentally shifts where human effort needs to go. Less hands-on coding, more strategy, more oversight.
Okay, 6 hours versus 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That's staggering. And that's just one of the big changes, right? You mentioned another huge one. The 1 million token context window.
Yes. And this might be even more profound in a way.
1 million tokens. I mean, that's roughly, 750,000 words? It's hard to even picture. What does that mean in practice?
In practice, it means ChatGPT-5 can ingest and understand massive amounts of information all at once. Think entire system documentation libraries, super complex data schemas, huge code bases, all in one go.
Okay.
And if you think about a major pain point for engineers, it's always been keeping that mental map of how everything connects, right? Especially in big, messy legacy systems.
Oh, definitely. These so many errors and delays.
Exactly. Well, this huge context window potentially solves that. Dr. Amanda Foster, she's a researcher in data architecture at Cambridge, calls it a paradigm shift.
Strong words.
Yeah, and her point is fascinating. She says engineers often spend something like 40% of their time just trying to understand the existing systems they're working on.
Sounds about right, sadly.
Imagine wiping away a huge chunk of that cognitive load because the AI can hold all those complex relationships and dependencies in its memory simultaneously.
That would be incredible. Any evidence this works?
Well, early testers are reporting exactly that. Things like feeding GPT-5 info on legacy systems with thousands of database tables and having it map out complex business logic, suggest optimizations, and track the downstream impacts of potential changes. Stuff that usually takes weeks, done in hours.
Okay, so it can understand the whole system, not just tiny parts.
Yeah.
That really does change how you'd approach problems.
It frees engineers up from that detective work to focus on higher-level design and strategy. It's huge.
So let's connect the dots then. We have AI potentially doing end-to-end pipeline work and understanding massive systems. What does this actually mean for the data engineer as a person, for their job?
Right. And the first thing to say is let's try and counter the knee-jerk robots are taking our jobs narrative.
Yeah, the jobs apocalypse talk.
It's almost certainly not about jobs disappearing entirely. It's about the job redefining itself.
Okay, redefining how?
Jennifer Walsh, she's a VP of data engineering at a major cloud provider, put it really well. She basically said the engineers who will really succeed going forward aren't necessarily the ones writing the absolute cleanest Python script.
Interesting. So who are they?
They're the ones who can architect the overall systems, who are brilliant at translating messy business needs into clear technical requirements, and crucially, who can effectively orchestrate these powerful new AI agents.
Orchestrate, like a conductor.
Exactly like a conductor. Less playing the instrument, more leading the orchestra.
And is the market actually reflecting this shift already?
It seems so. Reports mention that job ads are starting to change. Roles that explicitly blend AI orchestration skills, prompt engineering know-how, and this human-machine collaboration. They're apparently commanding salaries up to 28% higher than traditional data engineering roles.
Wow, 28%. That's a very clear signal from the market about where the value is heading.
It really is. And Dr. Chen, who we mentioned earlier, she shared that her own team's focus has shifted. They concentrate on strategy now, while the AI handles a lot of the routine coding.
And the impact.
A reported 300% increase in productivity. It lets them tackle much bigger, more strategic initiatives.
So the advice for you listening is?
Learn prompt engineering. Get really good at breaking down complex problems in ways an AI can understand and execute. And shift your own focus towards that strategic thinking, system design, the bigger picture.
Okay, so it sounds incredibly powerful, huge potential. But surely it's not all just smooth sailing, right? Especially for big companies, enterprises. There must be pushback or caution.
Oh, absolutely. There's significant enterprise caution around jumping in too fast with something like ChatGPT-5.
What are the main worries?
Well, number one is risk and compliance, especially if you're in finance, healthcare, government, these heavily regulated sectors.
Right. You can't just let an AI loose on sensitive data.
Exactly. Robert Kim, a chief data officer at a big financial firm, made this point very strongly. He said basically every single change needs sign-off, rigorous testing, compliance checks. His take was that human oversight will probably increase, not decrease, in this new world. You need even more checks and balances when an AI is involved in core processes.
That makes sense. Strict oversight is key.
What else? Well, just the practicalities of integration. It's not like flipping a switch. Bringing these AI agents into complex existing enterprise systems that requires serious upfront investment.
Investment in what?
We're talking significant spending on new infrastructure, probably retraining entire teams, setting up completely new governance frameworks and processes. Some estimates suggest it could take like 2 years and millions of dollars for a large company to fully integrate this kind of AI safely and effectively.
2 years, millions of dollars. Okay, that's a major commitment, not a quick win.
Definitely not. And it ties into another interesting angle, what some are calling the democratization dilemma.
Democratization, meaning more people can use data tools.
Potentially, yes. The idea is that with ChatGPT-5, maybe business analysts or product managers could start building data pipelines just using plain English descriptions. They could potentially bypass the traditional data engineering bottleneck for simpler tasks. Dr. Foster mentioned this business users just describing what they need and GPT-5 doing the technical heavy lifting.
Okay, that could empower a lot more people. But it also brings up that question again. If analysts can build pipelines in English, what's left for the specialized data engineers? Does it squeeze them out?
That's the fear, right? But Dr. Walsh offered a counterpoint here. She basically said, look, building a basic ETL pipeline, yeah, maybe AI can handle that easily soon. That's just the starting point. But real engineering, enterprise-grade engineering, still needs deep human expertise. Things like fine-tuning performance, guaranteeing data quality at scale, managing costs effectively, ensuring robust security, designing systems that can actually handle massive scale and complexity.
Right, the hard stuff.
The really hard stuff. The AI might build the initial structure, but you still need experienced human engineers to make sure it's efficient, reliable, secure, and cost-effective for the whole enterprise.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it does lead us to another potential problem area. The talent pipeline.
Yes, this is a big concern. If AI starts handling a lot of the routine tasks, what happens to the entry-level data engineering roles?
The jobs where people normally learn the ropes.
Exactly. Those roles have traditionally been the stepping stone for newcomers. Marcus Rodriguez, the engineer we mentioned, testing the ETL pipeline, he voiced this worry quite clearly. He said, essentially, we're struggling to see how we train the next generation if the AI is doing all the jobs juniors used to cut their teeth on.
Yeah, how do you get experience if the entry point disappears?
And it's compounded because, well, traditional computer science programs in universities, they often lag behind the cutting edge. They might not be teaching these new AI-assisted workflows yet.
So new grads might come out unprepared for this hybrid reality.
That's the risk. Some companies are trying to pilot new kinds of hybrid training, mixing classic engineering principles with AI skills. But it's early days. We don't really know how effective these new approaches will be yet. There's a definite gap opening up.
A training gap. And this ties into broader market shifts too, doesn't it? A kind of competitive upheaval.
For sure. Companies that figure out how to effectively weave these AI agents into their data operations, they're likely going to gain a significant edge.
How so?
They'll just be faster, probably cheaper to operate in some ways, and potentially much more innovative because they can iterate on data products more quickly. Dr. Chen actually talked about seeing a new breed of AI-native data firms starting to emerge. Companies built from the ground up with AI at their core.
AI native.
Yeah. And they can move incredibly fast, run really lean compared to the big established players.
Yeah.
That obviously puts a lot of pressure on the incumbents.
Pressure to adopt AI quickly themselves.
Exactly. You have this tension. The rewards for being an early mover with AI are potentially huge, but the risks of rushing it, cutting corners on safety or integration, those risks are also really significant. It's a tough balancing act.
Okay, so wrapping this all together then. As ChatGPT-5 gets closer, data engineering really does seem to be at a major crossroads.
I think that's fair to say. The old model, primarily human-centric, it's definitely shifting towards a more hybrid world. AI handles more of the, let's call it the grunt work, the repetitive tasks, while humans increasingly focus on the strategy, the oversight, the complex problem solving.
Right. So the key takeaway for engineers listening,
Yeah.
the skills that win are changing.
Absolutely. Mastering prompt engineering, understanding how to orchestrate AI agents effectively, strengthening your system design and architectural thinking, that's where the value is going.
Going that conductor, like you said.
Yeah.
Guiding the AI, ensuring the quality is there, and crucially, linking the business strategy to the technical execution.
Precisely. And the final point is, this isn't some far-off sci-fi future.
No, August 2025 is, well, it's really soon.
It's right around the corner.
Yeah.
So the question isn't if the profession will change. It's really about how quickly and how effectively individual engineers and the organizations they work for can adapt to this new reality.
So a final thought for you to ponder. Is ChatGPT-5 ultimately an amplifier for your skills? Or is it a threat to your role? And maybe more importantly, how will you position yourself to lead the way in using this technology to turn data into real insight?
Lots to think about.
Definitely. Something to mull over until our next deep dive.